Folashade Familusi.
Welcome back. We shall also be moving to our Maryland studio, United States, for more foreign news.
News from Kule Amzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Soya. President Donald Trump said there could be more strikes by the U.S. than Nigeria if Christians are killed in the African nation, even as Nigeria has previously denied Christians there are subjected to systematic persecution. Trump made the remark in an interview with reporters when asked about Washington's Christians' Day military strike in Nigeria. The U.S. military said at the time it carried out a strike against Islamic State militants in northwest Nigeria at the request of Nigeria's government. Nigeria has said that the strike was a joint operation targeting terrorists and had nothing to do with a particular religion. President Trump was quoted as saying that he would love to make it a one-time strike, but if they continue to kill Christians, it will be a many-time strike. Trump in late October began warning that Christianity faces an existential threat in Nigeria and threatened to militarily intervene in the West African country over what he says is its failure to stop violence targeting Christian community. Iran was largely cut off from the outside world on Friday after authorities blacked out the internet to curb growing unrest as video showed buildings ablaze in anti-government protests ranging in several cities across the country. Rights groups have already documented dozens of deaths of protesters in nearly 2 weeks, and with Iranian state TV showing clashes and fires as it is reported that several police officers had been killed overnight. In a televised address, Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei vowed not to back down, accusing demonstrators of acting on behalf of emigre opposition groups in the United States, and a public prosecutor threatened death sentences. The unrest has not mobilized as many layers of society as other bouts protest in recent years, but the authorities look more vulnerable because of their economic situation and the aftermath of last year's war with Israel and United States. That ends the news from Kule Amzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Soya.
Emotions ran high at the burial service of Lasisi Oluwamayokun, an officer of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Ogun State Command, and a daughter at Deshewa today, as they were interred in Oshogbo, Osun State. At the burial service held at the burial ground of the St. John's Anglican Church, Oshogbo, our colleagues and family members could not hold back tears as the remains were lowered. Agidigbo FM News correspondent Tunde Yoda was at the burial, brings the details.
The remains of a Federal Road Safety Corps FRSC member, Mrs. Lasisi Mayokun, and her daughter Lasisi Shewa were laid to rest today at St. John's Anglican Cemetery in Oshogbo, the Osun State capital. It will be recalled that the mother and daughter were tragically murdered by Mrs. Mayokun's alleged partner, Fajemirokun Victor, a few months ago. The solemn burial ceremony drew emotional tributes from family, colleagues, and sympathizers as FRSC officials and stakeholders have been seeking justice for the victims, highlighting the dangers of domestic violence. FRSC Sector Commander Mr. Leye, who spoke with Agidigbo FM News, urged the public to be vigilant in their personal relationships, noting that one can truly know another's intentions.
They need to watch their back. There are so many evil people out there. When you have a friend, don't rely solely on that your friend, because that your friend can arrange, can make a way for you to depart this sinful world. It's a case of having a friend, and that friend had to develop an evil intention in making use of our parts for money rituals. That one has been established.
Reverend Father Olalekan Salami Olaiton, while speaking with Agidigbo FM News, emphasized the inevitability of death in his sermon.
Irrespective of what has happened to you, the kind of death that you encounter that takes your life away, you are still whole as far as God is concerned. And at the judgment seat, you will be gathered together as a whole to answer all that you did in the body. Our sister and our daughter has come to the end of their journey.
Family members shared heartfelt thoughts on the deceased mother and daughter with AKINBODE FM News.
The late wife, she's a very good woman to us. Because all of us, we've been together for a very long time. So we didn't know anything, we did not hear anything bad about her. Even though when the husband traveled, until the incident happened, so we started looking for the wife. We heard she's missing from Abeokuta. So that was the only thing we could just say about it until we heard the final something that she's died. So.
The autopsy has been completed and results are with the government for further investigation and court review. Olamide Badmus, AKINBODE FM News.
Welcome back now to the exciting world of sport. Arsenal's Gabriel Martinelli has apologized for trying to push injured Liverpool defender Conor Bradley off the pitch during Thursday's 0-0 draw between the teams. Northern Ireland international Bradley landed awkwardly near the touchline when chasing the ball in stoppage time, falling to the ground and immediately clutching his knee, and Martinelli then dropped the ball on the fullback before showing him in the back in an attempt to get him off the plane. That action sparked a melee between the two sets of players, with Martinelli and Liverpool's Ibrahima Konate both yellow-carded for their involvement. Martinelli later issued an apology on social media, saying the two players had been in contact and he had already said sorry. Liverpool manager Arne Slot defended Martinelli after the match, suggesting that wider issue of time wasting in football may have led to the flashpoint. To wrap up the news this evening, here is a recap of the headlines. Oyo Deputy Governor praises RAM's impact on farm produce distribution as key to boosting state agricultural production. Oyo State Police arrest of suspected kidnappers in Ikoyile. Russia strikes western Ukraine with Oshnik ballistic missile, one of its most advanced weapons. New York Times reports on Trump's warning on more U.S. strikes in Nigeria. Martinelli apologizes for pushing Bradley. And before we go this evening, here is a quick tip. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Finally, we have come to the end of the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, AKINBODE 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am BOWALE AKINBODE. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
News is information, and information is power. At AKINBODE 88.7 FM, we bring the news from top to bottom.
The Oyo State government has said the over 1.5 million out-of-school children.
We give you